light, which I've actually banged my head on it so many times, but I have managed to head open inside the caravan. I can stand up, but when I stand up underneath those, there's a little point at the bottom and I crack my head on it. So we're going to connect with the Piskies, which are Cornish pixies. And they're very playful. They can be very naughty. And they've been teasing me. They're teasing me. I think I'm Wassail, dark dragon, fire, or dark fire dragon. Wassail, Tweety. My glasses on. I can't read anything. I can't read when I got them on. Wassail, Harley Coons, Wassail, Denise, Wassail, Forum. What's been going on? So I've been having a couple of days off, partly deliberately, but partly also because the Piskies are messing with me. So there's a beautiful place near here called Pisky's Hall, and it's a fugu. Wassail, Mala. I just saw a moth. Or maybe it's outside because it can see all the lights. I've got all the blinds down apart from the one facing me. So if all the Piskies suddenly appear in front of me, I'll turn the camera around. So I went to go and visit Pisky's Hall, the fugu, and you can't get to it. And luckily, I went with... I'm going to leave you talking to yourselves for a moment while I talk, and then I'll come back. And I went with the hostess where I'm staying, and she was walking her two retrievers. And when we got there, luckily, she knew the farmer who'd just turned up to the field, and he said, you can't really go in there because there's a bull with the cows at the moment. But he said, while I'm in there, you can pop in. So we went in. So a fugu is a bit like a tunnel. They don't really know what they are, but they're very Cornish. And this one's called Pisky's Hall. And to me, when I sang in there briefly, when we were inside, it was very low. It felt a bit like La Roche that I visited in France. It felt like somewhere women went to give birth. But the day before I went, the Piskies were telling me information about the magic of the doorway, not just the magic of the womb giving birth, but the magic of doorways that we create, that you could use the magic of this doorway to join to something. And I was like, I don't have any time because of the bull in the field. So I left it, couldn't film anything. It was very nice to be there, and I did sing, so I can call that space back towards me. Wassail, Wendy L. I do. It's my birthday on Wednesday. So, you know, any gifts and donations are more than gratefully received. So, yeah, didn't get to do that. And then came back and there was nothing. I went to do... Oh, I'm getting really hot, pesky piskies. It's not warm, but I am. And I was like, you've given me half a story and it needs to unfold in many different ways. And then I decided early this morning that I would do a live. Thank you, Holly. You just have to keep hassling people to send me beautiful gifts. And I had no idea of a theme for today's readings. And then just literally an hour before, they flooded into my head and told me all the things we were going to discuss, then led me to all the information in the astrology. So there's some phenomenal astrology coming our way. That involves a series of air trines. You know, I talked about the kite and the grand air trine, which today, right now, and I deliberately did it now. Oh, I've got a picture of it. Hang on. Because they got me all organized and piskies. So, I don't know if you can see that, but there is that grand air trine, and it's 1 degree Pluto, 1 degree Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, and the Sun at 1 degree of Libra. And they were telling me that we're going to have a whole series of dream relationships from now until the something of December, because there's more or less an air trine that takes place throughout this entire period. Air trines, water trine. Air trine that gets taken over by Venus instead of the sun. And then there's a flash where there's suddenly a fire trine, briefly. And then it goes back to water trines. So the first part of the message from the Piskies is, imagine your bed as a doorway. The lines around the edge of the bed. Go to your bed, cleanse your bed, put new sheets on, even if it's now, tonight. Cleanse your bed, prepare your bed as if you're lying in a caravan or in a fogu. But the notion being that the outer line of your mattress is your doorway when you're lying. And then before you go to sleep, you need to say thank you for the dreams. And the dreams will be coming in the air trine region from sylphs and fairies, any of the winged things. The Piskies are kind of like, they're earth elementals. Whatever kind of earth elementals want to work with you, whether they be animals, gnomes, pans, satyrs, they're keeping watch around your sleeping physicality. And then we're going to go on a series of adventures, apparently, for the next 2.5 months. And on some of the days, so this is the 25th, still got the air trine. 26th, still got the air trine. 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and then on the 1st of October, my birthday. Otherwise, Holly's just going to tell you again. So it's still there. The very next day, it breaks. So the air trine with the sun breaks up because the sun's moving each day, and when it gets to 10 degrees, it's over. But it does include the calends of October. Wassail, drawing momentum. I might miss some people in my chit chat there. I need to find the one that I was looking for that I missed. Oh, the one on the 27th is the first day. You'll be getting dreams. They'll be showing you pathways to realms that connect you to your higher self and your oversouls, plural, all these different spaces and places. Wassail spirit readings. I know. These are the most beautiful, look. Vintage caravan. I feel like the ringmaster in a circus from the 1960s. And at night it's so dark here. It's so dark that the stars are the stars out tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. Yeah, the most amazing thing. What I do is I wake up over and over again during the night and go outside, stand in the field, and just look at the stars. Yeah, it's so ornate. I will do a tour at some point. It's my little glacial coffin. It does remind me very much when I was a child. That's so interesting because it's similar to what we're doing with this dream thing that the Piskies are talking about. When I was a child, I used to go to bed, and before I went to sleep, I imagined myself inside a huge quartz crystal that was flying through the cosmos, flying through the night, floating on the wind to the city nights, night bird with the love they bring. Whew, they're all coming out today. Yes, I am inside a jewel, but that's what I used to imagine. I used to fly through the cosmos. So part of this Pisky thing is that you imagine that your bed is such a portal that you sleep on. And then before you go to sleep, you imagine and you thank the sylphs, the elementals. I think at the moment, because we're in air trine, thank the air beings for taking you to air realms, realms that have something to do with flying. And later we'll be doing with water, and there is one that's fire. But the 27th, can you see there's a rectangle here? So this rectangle is one of the days when you will get some kind of, I want to say recoding. I didn't know that. That's just come through then. It's a recoding frequency that will come towards us. And there's a few of these throughout the time zone. So we're going up until the 1st of October. Then on the 2nd, there's a break. On the 10th of October, the trine is back. And when the trine returns, it's now Venus, who will be at 25 degrees of Virgo. So she's not quite in, but she's bringing that open energy of the earth. So then the dreams are going to transform into dreams, maybe dreams of love, dreams of emotional stability, all of that kind of frequency. Yes, a mystical rectangle, exactly. Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. Yes, it's all that kind of thing. This is the Great Glass Caravan. So Venus will take over, and then as Venus progresses, by the 14th of October, which is about the Hastings, incidentally, on that day, she will reach 0 degrees of Libra. So can you see also there's this fantastic pentagram, 5-sided star taking shape. This is still an air trine. And then moving forwards, it breaks again on the 20th. Sorry, I'm doing this rather quickly because I want to get to the 21st of October. Here we begin the water trine. And the water trine goes on and on and on. I'm now just going to try and find the date for the fire trine. If I can. We'll come back to it. Let's get some cards out. How's everyone been since they came out of the eclipse? Let me come forwards and read your comments. So I'm going to get some cards and see what the Piskies want to shout. I'm so warm. I've been sitting in a jumper until I was just about to go live, and then I was like, oh. It's all been crazy here. Yeah, it's crazy everywhere. But look, we're at equinox. We're past the equinox. We're moving into Sun in Libra now. So we have to deal with balance. Yeah, there's been a lot of exhaustion. Oh. What have the Piskies got for us? Well done, Russ. So here we have Hod, the blind god. We're going into uncharted dream territory. Uncharted dream territory. So yeah, Marla, that energy of feeling emptied and is to do with the eclipse tunnel. It was emptying us. It was taking out emotions so that we can build anew, but we have to make space. So we've got the blind god, uncharted territory, and then we've got the Liffruma card. Can you see that? I don't know. Hang on a minute. I wonder. Oh, it won't turn. Oh, I was going to try and turn a light round. Maybe this one. Oh, it got almost there. It's not helping. No. I suppose I should leave it on. I'm just going to turn it slightly because it feels like it's right in my face. Wassail, subtle fire. Yeah, Denise, we all need some balance. And yes, it is the most beautiful caravan. The thing is, it only has a cooker inside here and a kettle all around me. And it's underneath a shelter because it has a broken roof, which they can't fix because you can't find the panels and things anymore. But so all around the outside, this side of me, is a little outdoor kitchenette and the sink, the bathroom, which is open air. I have a compost toilet. So I'm very al fresco. Yeah, Kathy had a lovely birthday. It's very birthday season. So yeah, so this pink alien, this is interesting because before, while I was shuffling, did you have a good birthday, Denise? So while I was shuffling, I was picking up on the energy because of the trine of the two comets, Atlas 31, which for me, 31 is a golden path. So it's like bringing new phoenix energy. There's also another one that just appeared from nowhere behind the sun called Swan 25. Can't remember. Swan transformation. And then yesterday they were talking about another huge interstellar object that's flying in. They're all arriving nearest and closest to Earth during October. So there's a lot going on generationally. Oh, I'm sorry it was jerky. Maybe you're going to have a delayed birthday. Maybe it's coming in October this year. Yeah, happy birthday to everyone. Even if it's not your birthday, just let's have a happy birthday today. So yeah, the pink alien, the great attractor behind the Milky Way, moving away and causing distortions. Wassail creative crow. Yeah, as we move through this year, there's a real thing where everything seems to shift, sort of Libra and then Scorpio and then Sagittarius. There's a real race, particularly personal planets. Now, it's interesting because I think that part of this Pisky energy that I've been picking up today is about personal dreaming, you dreaming personally. So these rectangular downloads changing your DNA codings happen on certain days, whether they be to do with changing thoughts, bringing in a new spiritual notion behind things, whether they be emotional, or whether there's that brief moment where there's the one in fire. And that one is only a day, because in that reading I did the other day about Earth, remember the Piskies, the Earth are dealing with your body. You're going to be lifting out of your body to go and project yourself astrally to all kinds of new realms. Keep saying every night now until the solstice, yes, in December. You have to keep saying thank you, elementals, for bringing me dreams of realms I've forgotten about and I'm going to remember in the morning. Yeah, Moon, Mercury and Venus are all chasing each other a lot. Also, Mercury and Venus are always near the sun. Also, at the moment, Mars is in the mix. He's caught up after all that time in Cancer being grumpy. So there's a lot of personal transformation taking place in this closing part of 2025 in preparation for this big conjunction between Saturn and Neptune on 0 degrees of Aries on the 20th of February 2026. Yeah, exactly. We have to engage in, so rather than, I mean, I was talking to my hostess and she said she doesn't dream, and people often say they don't dream. You have to say thank you for the dream ahead of time, and thank you for letting me remember the dream. Also, we've been going through a lot of body shifts, and so that's allowing time and space for our biome to reconnect, to redirect frequencies in our bodies. So I'm going to shuffle again. Wassail in. Yeah, it's going to be more than one dream. It's going to be a long series. It's almost going to be like a wild caravan ride down the Silk Road of the astral dream realms. You're going to be seeing, it's not just that, they're going to be really clear, bright, sharp dreams. Wassail Carol with Yeah, so I had a dream last night. Because I move around a lot, I'm never sure whether they're my dreams or a dream someone else left in the pillow. And I had a really weird dream last night. It was very, very vivid. And it was all to do with everybody asking me questions. And every time I tried to help them, they said it was a problem, me helping them. And there was this real sense of being overburdened. And at one point, someone's like, you really have to change this music. It's terrible. And so I was doing all of that. Yeah, look, but you can have dreams. Ask Denise. Denise will tell you the cycle. We've been led to believe that we only get dreams at the end of an 8-hour sleep cycle, and it's not true. I get my dreams usually during my second sleep, because 2 sleeps is really important. And I get them and I wake up and it might be just an hour that's gone by. Are you off, Carol? Bye. So yeah, and at the end of the dream, I was being compressed down into an ever smaller space, and then I just suddenly went, "I'm not having this. This is not enough room for me," and I burst open to break the space I was being confined in by these expectations, and I immediately woke up and went outside and looked at the stars. So let's shuffle some more cards. I'm going to go into all of this trining in some videos where I can sit down and not be so overexcited. You see, look, Lecce. See, look at that black card. It's Lecce. Lecce is exactly what we've done as we've gone through the eclipse tunnel. We've been clearing out. We've been having an emotional bleed. It's almost like the leeches were out, sucking all the emotional discharges that we no longer needed. And it ends by saying, now see how clearing pain makes space for new treasures deeper in your heart. And that's exactly what we have. We've got space now, I want to say in our kind of astral heart to begin with, to download remembrances. That's gorgeous. Get some parties going. Ease is gripped. This is about being stripped back. So in the first card, you can see that there's this Lagu energy, and then there's this tap to allow the emotional bleeding to come down. And then we're cleared, and this is kind of like astral, and then reawakening, but this connection, remembering realms that you exist in. And then O for Lagu. It's like it's the balance that we've been seeking is being restored as we head through to the end of this year. It's so warm, people. So let's get some musical Alchemy of Astrology cards and see what they have to say. Yes, go and look at the cards on the little website that Kathy's just put there. They're absolutely gorgeous. And if you want to, you can buy yourself your own beautiful deck. Ooh, Scorpio. It's terrible lighting on the cards. But at least you can see me with my halo hat. Yeah, you have to kind of know, but if you go on AstroSeek and follow the moon each day, it will show you the images of the trine, and you'll begin to see, to begin with, it's air. So it's going to be flying dreams of being more energy, less body, and then bringing that energy down and it transforming the frequency of your body. This is a period of deep X-ray diving, Mars and Pluto. So Mars is at home right now in Scorpio as kind and gentle, non-angry Farmer Mars, because he had his calends of October energy where the warrior, the anger was released. And we're heading towards the calends of October, which is the 1st of October. What's that day, Holly? Yeah, I think it is. I think you're going to see a lot of dreams a bit like you're looking at a Google Earth map. I think there's lots of energies about being above the physical, flying within realms and dimensions that have less gravity, less physicality, realms with kind of like bird type creatures and elementals. Yeah, landscapes as well, but I think they'll be sort of like energetic landscapes. But look, I don't know. They could be almost anything. So the idea is that when you go to sleep, you have to say, thank you for the beautiful, peaceful dream. I am peace. The integrated, it says shadow walker, but I want to say shadow flyer, flying high above the shadows. Guardian champion of dark esoteric realms. Interesting. So there's something in that energy that's talking about learning how to be above the trauma of shadow so that we can integrate that frequency into our current existence. Wassail, one healer, one. Go and watch One Healer One. She was integrating lower frequencies today. So Pisces, so we're talking about the cosmic conjurer, but we're also remembering that this is that energy of house 12, the things we let go of, but not just house 12 in terms of what we let go of, but house 12 in the magnum opus of alchemy is to do with being able to control. So maybe there's something about finding the lucidity within dreaming, because we've got Eris with this. Eris is the chaos. Eris is the turmoil tempest. There's something about flying over the turmoil, flying over the fury, the discord, the disruption. That's this energy of peace, and it's coming with Scorpio, rebirth and redeath and birth. When we birth ourselves, absorb our pain, the space that Lecce brings us, that clear space within our astral heart being brought down and fed into our human heart. I'm just going to shuffle a couple more, then I'm going to come and sit and have a look at the comments. You can ask me quiz questions. I feel like the Piskies are making me gabble. Right, pause. They're saying pause. Pause. Calm down, dear. So I'm bringing you up here so that I can have a look. Oh. Do you know, Ivana, when my dog died, she came to me energetically and she told me a beautiful story. It's a long time ago. It's on the channel somewhere. But she gave me back all the love I'd given her. And she said, that's what pets do. When they pass, they give back all the love you gave to them. Flying over the fury. Yeah, that certainly hits the mark. So I'll put that back down there and lean in. I'm going to put those cards back and we'll come to another reading in a second. I need to move forwards so that I can read. Oh, I have to bend down. Oh, I can turn it up. That's better. So, has anyone got any quiz questions? Because I love a quiz. I'm so warm. It's been so cold in this caravan. I absolutely love it. It's like camping outside, but not getting wet. Yeah, she did. She came back and she gave me all the love. It was so gorgeous, Ivana. Oh, fantastic. Look, the Piskies, as they're called here, the pixies, Piskies, they get everywhere. The thing is, I've been picking up this message. They are naughty, and they are something which you can use salt to ask them to move away. They quite like sugar, apparently, but salt they don't. And there's an energy within them where at the moment, especially with people who are awakened and have faced shadows, the Piskies need to be invited to come towards us, because they can be a little bit fearful because of the power within us, because part of being incarnated in our form and animals is that we're all the elements, whereas they're kind of not confined, but they're created and they exist within a particular elemental. And Piskies really are earth elementals. So warm. Oh, I know what I was going to do. That's because... yeah, they do dance in rings. Like the Stones. Do you remember recently when I went to that stone circle? And every time I tried to sing around it, it moved. And they're called dancing stones. They are the dance morns in Cornish. So, should we have a little bit of a sound healing that might help us? Let's see, with the dreaming. Yeah, I know, Kathy. It's hot as Hades where you are. It's crazy. It's cold here, but I'm on fire, and I'm sweating. So here we have Gemini. Atomic blueprint. You see, this is what I think's happening. I think as we go into these dreams, I think our blueprint's being... I don't want to say adjusted as such. I don't want to say it's being given new coding. I think it's having sort of sleeping codes reawoken. That's what it feels like. So this has G sharp, Mercury. You're joking me. Parts of Colorado just had snow. I've got to put my leg out. It's gone a bit stiff. Snow. I love snow. So let me get my piano up. Oh, my stomach's gurgling. I had a cup of tea before we came on. I might have to have a sip of water. Wassail Thomas Young. Wow. Hello, Thomas. I do. I'm in Cornwall now. Let's have a sip of water before I sing the G sharp. I think I might have to get some more cards before that G sharp. Oh, it's borehole water here. It's their own water supply, and it's absolutely delicious. It's so soft. So let me entertain you. Oh, you see, this is Pisky energy, playfulness, naughtiness. So what do we have here? Cinnabar. That's not got a musical note, though. It's the conductor's baton. Yes, you did, Thomas. Saturn. Oh, interesting. I was going to do a reading the other day, but then I had some time off. Saturn on the 21st, on the eclipse, was at its closest point to Earth, in opposition to that. But so Saturn's very, very bright in the sky at the moment, having a really big effect. Oh, April. That's very much the energy you were talking about, the lower world frequencies, the natural world. So we've got here... That's the G sharp of Mercury. And that's the F of the lower heart Saturn. The energy, this is very much Pisky frequency as well. It's where we love the natural world around us, where we love the physical energy of the places and the spaces around us. So the reminder here is to be unbiased. I am unbiased, or I am judgmental. You don't want to be judgmental. That's not what we want to do. I am decided, or I am anxious. So let's decide to be unbiased and let the energy flow. So let's just move between the F and the G sharp. And let's see where it wants to just flow and take us. Yeah, there is something along those lines, Marla. When the Earth was the dominant energy for 200 years, and all of the trigons every 20 years where Saturn and Jupiter met were in Earth signs, there was a sense that the Earth knew exactly that it was the dominant energy and that it was almost like it was on steroids, and it was an expectation. Now it's having this energy where we've moved in 2020, mutated to 200 years of air trigons that will take place in Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And we're currently in the Saturn and Jupiter mutation conjunction that took place in Aquarius. This is the sword. So for the moment, there's very much this energy of the sword and the plow coming in to dig up the Earth, to allow all of the hidden distortions, the lies, like the skeletons in the closet, they have to be dug out. But at the moment, the Earth is learning to reshape itself and to be calm. So I think that's part of our body DNA transformation, is that we're moving from a 200-year Earth frequency into air. And this means that our DNA, our cells, our codes have to adapt. Okay, so subtle fire. I want to say one of the things that does take place a lot, it has two halves. So firstly is this notion of crop circles actually being three-dimensional. So if you can sit and stare at a crop circle and allow movement of energy to speak, it will turn into something three-dimensional, and it will pass on a completely new frequency message. The other one that comes through to do with the natural world that we need to understand is how to observe hidden fractals and hidden messages within trees and grasses and flowers. And to do that, you need to have a go at looking at magic eye paintings, staring at them, getting into that notion of using the back part of the brain to visualize a pattern and sifting through. It's very much a Virgo energy, sifting through so that you can look at a tree or at a grass, stare into it with that same magic eye perception, and you will see shapes and messages hidden within the plants. So furrowing is very much an energy of Virgo as well. It's to do with the time in which they used to furrow the land, the frond of urea, this energy of planting the seeds. But before that was done, seed planting was always carried out in ancient times by the women, and they would show the old seeds to the new seeds. And it's that notion of passing on generational information. It doesn't matter that the seed didn't grow. If it's an old seed and its siblings have grown, it takes on the memory, the atomic blueprint of growth. And there's a lot going on at the moment where certain things to do with the natural world are transforming. Animals are beginning to take on new characteristics, to change forms in many ways. It's all very subtle, but it is taking place. Yeah, it is. Looking through them, but not at them. And you can do it, Denise, with plants. It's really fascinating. I've seen tigers come out of trees. It's great. So let's get some other cards and see what other kind of sounds might want to help us come through this motion. Interesting. There's something to do with space before sound, which is inside the veil, beyond the veil. But this is also almost the space in the physical before the physical was formed. So it's the intention, the true philosopher's stone before sound, the didgeridoo, the song lines. And we've been doing a lot with these intergalactic song lines. Wow, I love that idea, April. Licking the seeds. They get stuck in your teeth, though, unless they're big seeds. So here we have Leo. Really big energies. So we had Gemini, now we've got Leo. So this is to do with, there's something in this energy about before the ego. Before the ego, there was purity. But the ego is essential to exist in the physical. Oh my God, have you got didgeridoo? And then we have this double concerto. So there's something here about the non-egoic ego. The non-egoic ego is the warm, is in the incubator we are incubating. If you're watching this, if you're here with this community, we're looking at incubating the non-egoic ego, the ego that allows all. It's very much, I want to say it's the energy of Aquarius and Aries. Aries is very much this energy of having authenticity. And Aquarius is very much about saying that there's a collective, but this is a new type of collective frequency where you allow for the individual truths. It's interesting because what I'm now being shown is like these oversoul songs where they're very Aquarian. They've come to an agreement on certain fixed points, but they never lose their authenticity of difference. That's really interesting. So let's Make. It's another F. This is very much Pisky territory. So this is the cosmic egg hunting. This is to be tempered, the non-egoic ego. Seeing nature spirits, Akashic remembrances, and that's what's taking place in the astral. They are, Kathy. Everyone that comes here are the most beautiful, wonderful collective. This is the timbre of the natural world. I feel like this is the song of the crop circle almost, in some ways. Just going to keep shuffling because we've only got E and F, and that's very close. I see now, look, we had Leo. Now we got Moon in Leo. So this energy of incubating an explosive, creative download. Little tiny fly, I don't want to hurt you. In case you're a Pisky spirit. And then we have fire. Fire. Fire is realm. And this is the new... This to me feels like the new soft flames that don't burn. So this is C, E, and G. So it's got the softer ego in the energy. It's got the A, so it's a bit like a C6. Sorry if you don't get all that. I'm telling myself things in my head. But we've also got this F. I feel, again, I'm getting this message that the frequency of the new Earth is shifting. And this is where we are currently. And then this A of the third eye, the dream realm, the moon. Sorry, moon, sun. Something about a very peaceful, gentle, in tune, playfully harmonious calmness before the ego. It's almost, that's the remembrance. We're being drawn back towards this non-egoic ego. So let's have this energy of the new Earth. Sorry, I feel like I want to do this. So this is the F and Saturn. This softer, gentler, calmer, non-judgmental ego, allowing space for all things. So we've got the energy here of 5551, changing something back to something new. Dazzling, blazing, Archangel Michael kind of frequency. There's a purification going on that will be felt and processed in the renal glands. So that's that little bit. I'll pop those back. Wassail Rob's Tarot. It's Rob, everybody. Yeah, I love a bit of butter, Rob. Look, Rob, I'm in a vintage caravan. So, going back to the runes for messages. Isn't that a song called Caravan? I'm also hearing Join the Caravan, some other song to do with caravans. Yeah, it's temporary, but it's gorgeous. So what have we got now, Pisky Piskies? So we have Swelgeness. The Swelgeness is Urda. Urda is the known of the past. Urda, oh, you see, that's coming back in with this energy of the ego. So Urda, every time you get to the point of having a non-egoic ego, Urda comes in and she wrecks it. So we have to find some kind of way to complete this sacral cycle. That's interesting. So they're telling me that there's a part of our ego that is the sacral, and getting rid of the energy of the ego purging the ego, letting go of the ego, will allow us to anchor in to this new transformative frequency. 606 might be a number that's helpful for people, because there's something about this energy of being in the now, getting rid of that old now, so that you can move and crack the egg open on your future now. Wassail McMore. Don't know where that one came from. So, any comments? There's a moth on this window. It's trying so hard to get into the light. Like all of us. Yeah. I bang my head on those, though. Those lights. They're a bit low when I stand up. Wassail rainy jeet God. So I'm going to go back to the musical Alchemy of Astrology deck and see if we can get some more information on frequencies that are coming to us until the 2nd of October. Flying dreams is what seems to be coming through. Flying dreams. So, flying dreams. See, now look, we had, it's all about the echo of the sun and the moon, the positioning of the sun and the moon. In the earlier one, we had Gemini. Now we got moon in Gemini. This is astral swimming. This is the energy of the jazz singer improvising with emotion. So here we have a major 7th. Well, don't worry, Marla, if you can't understand it. It's a non-egoic ego is really the notion that you stop making judgments on yourself and others. That's all it is. So you allow your ego to be calm so that you're a much more gentle, unbiased being. And a lot of people struggle with that. And when they get close to it, their ego will step in because it prefers the comfort of being difficult, of holding us in an old energy. So the non-egoic ego is a kind of more, it's a higher spiritual understanding. So moon in Gemini, we have A and G sharp. Split right apart with this sense of them there being so much space. We've got the renal glands now. So there is something going on with cleansing of ancestral renal disruptions. And then we have soot. Breaking everything down. Marla, was it in your reading? Where I picked up the energy of, what are they called? Bladder stones, gallstones, something. It's as I picked up the soot and had this energy of the renal, it's not really that. What it is, it's detoxifying. This is picking up on that energy. Maybe Marla's here singing in her Oversoul Collective song. I think it was yours, Marla. That had something to do with cleansing of the renal glands. And it has all frequencies. And it's interesting that yeah, that's also a really good description of it, Holly. So yeah, this notion that all of the notes are being broken down, all of the frequencies are being broken down, but there's something really powerfully strong about this energy of the renal gland. So I'm going to sing you an E flat. Oh yeah, Kathy and I looked up all the. There's loads of different kind of gallstones or whatever they're called. And they're made from different things, and some of the images of them, I can't even begin to imagine how you deal with passing one. But drinking lots of water helps to keep it, because it's a concentration when you haven't had enough liquid in your bladder that creates these bladder stones. So we're ending here with magnet. So there's something here of dancing with joy once those stones have been passed. Gallstones. And that's G-A-W. G-A-double-L, not G-A-U-L, which was an old tribe in France. Yes, it is mostly keyhole surgery. But there's something here where you could, I think that there's energies that are going to start in the astral vibrating. You might run into, you see, that might come when we get to the water trines after the air. Maybe there's something to do with cleansing the renals. There's some kind of cosmic ordering going on. So you see, there's an interesting phrase on the back of this card, which is a really difficult one for people, particularly when they're creative, which is letting go of all you create to create again. But really, it's referring to letting go of all that was created around you and created by you that was part of your history. Letting go of all that you created in your historic memory to create again. So you're this side, moving up into the astral, coming down into a new, physically renewed body. That's what seems to be coming through here. Everything broken down into soot. This wonderful splash of sacral color coming through, and then just passing all those toxins out of the body. Do you not need the gallbladder? I'm interested to look into that, because for a long time, Denise, they also used to say you didn't need the appendix. And they used to whip the appendix out in people. And they've recently discovered that the appendix is kind of like the Noah's Ark for gut bacteria. Yeah, I'm sure that is the case. You can't live without your heart. But yeah, so they were whipping out appendix, and they were storing gut bacteria in there. So it was the Noah's Ark of digestive enzymes. So hang on to your appendix if you can, people. Let's see what else comes through. Piskies. There's too many cards. They're too talkative. It might return, Marla, your creativity. So square. Square is a really interesting energy. It's an energy that we all think we should fear. And it's an energy that can make you irritable. It's an energy that can keep you trapped inside the zombie ballet, because it forms a space around you. It's like, without knowing, teaching yourself a pattern that you repeat. And that pattern can be verbal. It can be things you say to others about your life and about yourself. So this is the traditional square dance. It's something that is bothersome. And until you can notice that it is bothersome, until you can see that it's the pattern, until you can observe through irritability, through sacred anger, and remember, sacred anger and this energy of squaring is really an option to realign. That's the point of a square. So it's got this energy of transforming yourself from I am irritable to I am cheerful. So that goes back to the playfulness of House 5 with the magnet card earlier. This is about tension stimulating action, but tension being rewired by new intention to stimulate action. Wassail, Drew, just in time for the sacred anger, Drew. So this is a chance to solve issues that were hidden. But until you can acknowledge that they are there to rise, you can't deal with them. And they are transformations to help us create peace. And that's what this dream realm's trying to lead us to. A sense of peace. It's a 4/4 rhythm. It's a square dance. So let's get something else to go with that card. From the Piskies. Interesting. So the thing that we need to recognize, the Piskies are saying, is aquavita. Now, aquavita is a spiritual cul-de-sac. What is a spiritual cul-de-sac? It's when you go down a spiritual pathway until it becomes a pattern, a ritual, a dogma. And then you have to recognize it and change it. Otherwise, you're stuck. So, yeah, we have to change direction. And it does say, time to skip this track. Owning mistakes. The other avenue. Oh, the right, wrong pathway. We go down every pathway, even if it's wrong, because it's the right, wrong pathway to help us to turn around. Epiphany. So it's interesting. This is cornered, caught in one of these corners, getting a little bit ragey, but rage will help to realign us. And then we got Moon in Leo again, in tune, getting in tune, being harmonious. Oh, this is a lovely one. Who can put their hand up and say they're elegantly dignified? Because that's what you've got to be. You've got to be elegantly dignified here. Surfing symphonic waveforms. I'm looking here for the elegantly dignified among us. No one's owning for that one. And then it also has South Node. This is a really important energy. Piskies want to remind us. It's time now. I'm quite sure you can be very elegantly dignified, Drew. So this is the energy of South Node. No, but that was the whole point of it. It wasn't very elegantly dignified. Sloppily dignified. We're working towards coming up with elegantly dignified. So South Node, the eclipse tunnel we've just been through is asking us to identify how we transform ourselves from South Nodal attributes to North Node. How can we get in tune with and embrace a new spiritual destiny that can become a divinely human personal destiny. And you have to, there's something really interesting in that. It's like he is almost, again, this ego thing. We've got to drop the ego and be elegantly dignified. You can see that this is almost coming into the emotion of embracing the unfinished symphony, the divinity within us. Well, look, everything has to be our own journey, Marla. The message here is about being elegantly dignified. And to me, that's about not treading on other people's toes, giving people space to be elegant in how we are mannered and approach people. So if it's not something that you comprehend, you don't have to embrace it. But we really shouldn't be kind of like treading on the toes of other people who it might be helpful for. So we have here Moon in Aquarius. Yes, grace. Elegantly dignified is to show grace. It's to have some grace. So we have here this precipitous outpouring of love that will be coming in. This frequency coming down to the earth, but I think it's us in our astral that will be bringing that energy down and planting it for a year somehow. There's something that we're bringing in. Moon in Aquarius is Ganymede. It is that energy of pouring down great love and affection that's been stored and hidden. There's something here about the space inside the emotions growing, almost like before emotions were somehow compressed and they're opening up now. And we have also Aries. So that's talking about this energy of moving towards the 20th of February when Neptune and Saturn will go into conjunction and really bring in this new birthing frequency for the generation, some kind of new passion coming. And that will be, in many ways, because it's house one and it's a restart and it's a beginning, it has that energy of North Node. And then we have Quincunx. Quincunx is a really fascinating energy because it's to be at odds with things. It's also it's the ergot dancing plague. And that's to do with, there was a famous dance that took place in Strasbourg where people dance themselves to death. It's also linked to the Salem witch trials where ergot, which can grow on rye, can bring people into a collective hallucination. And this energy is really talking about how important it is to break free from some of the collective hallucinations that have held society together in many ways. How that's all being broken down now. So again, we can have that individual notion that we can be our greater, truer authenticity. And we have the moon at the end talking about the emotional cosmic mirror, the hidden soul moods that we can't expose, those things that we fear will be that we will be chastised for thinking about, because there's very much a cancel culture that's going on at the moment. And this energy is really talking about how we have to kind of uncancel all of that. We have to allow people the ability to stand in their own truths in this age of Aquarius, but with the mini age of Aries, because it's about finding new authenticity to plant into the earth and to create something new. Let's say just new. It's a very new frequency. So I just need to look at the time, because if I do them too long, it never finishes uploading. So I might have to call it a day, because if it goes over an hour and a half, last time it took nearly 36 hours and I couldn't use my iPad at all. So, beautiful, beautiful people. I'm also, I can't remember now what's written in the description box. I'm offering some kind of new reading. It's to do with the astral dream realms, and again, they're like the collective soul song ones. They cost £40, and I will work with the Piskies to see, and the sylphs and the other elementals, a kind of area maybe in which some personal and collective dreams, because there's going to be a lot of collective dreaming coming along now, where we will be reminded of spaces and places that we've been. So I'm burping now. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you, Kathy. Pisky's collective dreams reading. And thank you, Wendy. Wassail, the mirror's reflection. I'm sorry if I didn't sing everybody's names. Oh yeah, and it's my birthday on Wednesday. So as I said before, all gifts are greatly received, or are elegantly and dignified in my reception of anything you offer towards me. I might even buy myself a birthday cake. That's interesting. Thank you, Rob. It's also Rob's mum's birthday, just to remember that, because we're one in the same person. I birthed Rob. Oh, you see, that's interesting, because you just mentioned the bull, and I was picking up energy earlier of Apis again, but we'll leave it for now. Yeah, it's Rob's mum's birthday. I'll be your mum, Rob. It's always a space in my heart for you, my angel. I remember everyone born on the same day as me, because we're special. It's a very special day, because it's the 1st of the 10th. It's the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune in the Major Arcana. It's massive frequency. Pulling in destinies. It's what I do all the time. So I'm going to say cheerio ho ho, because it's 9:21, Kathy. Ring a bell. It's 9:21, Kathy. Yeah, don't tell anyone. Libras are my favourite people as well. That and Virgos. I love a Virgo. I love a Scorpio as well, because they're naughty. My neck just clicked then. See, you sent that at 21:21, but that is 9:21, Kathy. Oh, nice. 0 Scorpio. Big dirty Scorpio. That means you are, Drew. Oh, Denise, is that your birthday as well? I didn't know you shared it with Kathy. Wow. So you had the eclipse on your birthday as well, Denise. Sorry, I'm going to wait until you've replied. Oh, wow. Kismet. It's a really fun musical, that as well, Holly. Have you ever seen it? It's all songs by Borodin. Thank you, Marla. Holly, have you heard Kismet? It's got great tunes in it, like Stranger in Paradise or Lost in a Wonderland. But my favourite song, there's two. One called Bored, which is about a woman saying she was bored until she met her lover. And then there's another song where they sing, Baghdad is the gayest town since Nineveh. Yeah, and Dolores Gray, who plays in the film The Wazir's Wife, she wears skin-tight gold and she is so unbelievably sassy. It's not my place. I'm staying here at the moment. This is my temporary. I move around all the time. So yeah, Kismet is a great musical. It's really good fun. Not since Nineveh, not since Ryan, not dun 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 bum bum bana. So I'm going to go because we will be a full hour and a half and it'll never upload. So thank you all so much. I also do readings with sound healings, and they're in the link below. £150 for an hour, 225 for 2 hours. They're personal. No one gets to see them. The other readings are posted for everyone to share. So thank you all. All donations gratefully received for my birthday. It's Caravan of the Cosmos, Stars and Mirrors. Bye-bye, April. Don't forget, everyone, to watch April's channel. April, quickly write the name of your channel. Well, it's One Healer One. You can look it up that way. Good seeing you too, Rob. So, Wassail, beautiful people. Right, that's enough. Bye, Denise. Bye, everyone.